Well, welcome into the 2017 Pirate Fest here at Boys Cox Field, the home of the Bristol Pirates. And David Dow along with John Monroe. And John, season starts tomorrow at Johnson City on the road with the Johnson City Cardinals supposedly for 3 games. Hopefully they get them in. Weather forecast doesn't look great. They open up here at home on the 25th on Sunday, 25th, 26th, and 27th. John and myself will be here to do the game on the 25th and the 26th. And John, we get ready for another baseball season here with the Bristol Pirates.
Absolutely. It's always a fun time here in Bristol. We always talk about it. Bristol's a pretty good baseball community. A lot of good baseball players come through here, not just with the Pirates, but through the high schools. And we'll have one of them here. He's not here yet. He's doing physicals right now, but I'd say he'll be here by Sunday from Sullivan East.
Right.
So you get a little display of that, and just a great chance to bring everybody out, and hopefully the rain will move on through, and Sunday will be a pretty fun day.
Well, again, we will be here starting Sunday. It'll be opening homestand for the Bristol Pirates with the Greenville Astros, who have probably the last 4 or 5 years, John, they have had loaded rosters. They just got a really good farm program right now, and the Pirates are working on theirs as well. But it seems that Greenville they've always, I think the last 3 years, they finished in the top 4 and been in the playoffs. And so we'll look forward to seeing the Astros back here again. We did a couple of games last year with the Astros, but we'll be here the 25th and 26th. We'll be back here the 10th also of July with the Pulaski Yankees coming in. That'll also be a Marsh Regional blood drive that night. We'll talk to some representatives with Marsh Regional here a little bit later. But getting back into the Bristol Pirate roster, we didn't even really get a roster until 11 o'clock today, as they are still trying to bring people in. And I know yesterday when I was talking to the staff here at Boys Cox Field, they had 12 players on the roster when they have 26, so a little bit difference from yesterday. But as you said, may have a couple guys still coming in. A couple of these guys may end up moving out by the weekend as well. So a couple of guys, I think one or so that's back from last year off his team.
Yeah, I can't remember which one. Maybe Rosario from last year is here. But like I said, there's 5 or 6 guys don't even have numbers yet. More than that, they'll get it worked out. And it's kind of the struggle with, you got the minor league, the single A minor league program. The draft's so close to opening day. Right now, the upper, the double A, triple A's, they're having their halfway point. Right. I got a friend that does broadcasting for the Jacksonville Shrimp, and they just finished their first 70 days. And for them, obviously, you finish first in the first half, you're automatically secured a playoff spot. You lose every game in the second half, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so now's the time they're relaxing, and that's when they'll start shuffling players around. You'll have some come down, some come up, and it makes it tough for these teams. But they'll put in the work, and they'll have it done by tomorrow night and get ready for Johnson City.
Well, again, the Cardinals will be hosting the Bristol Pirates this Saturday, tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. Our forecast is not looking the best in the world. Of course, Hurricane Cindy coming up out of the Gulf, and so it's not a hurricane yet. It's a weather system officially, but the weather is moving our way, and hopefully get those first 3 games in before the Pirates host the Astros here at Boys Cox Field. A lot of people starting to come in. The festivities go from 5:30 to 8:30 tonight, if I'm not mistaken. And so come on out and be a part of this thing. It's all the Pirates mascots are here. They've got I started to say Phil the Pirate, but it's not Phil the Pirate. Yeah, it is. It is Phil. The real pirate is here. The swashbuckler, he is here. And so there's a lot of things to do. There's hats being sold. There are T-shirts being sold. As a matter of fact, one of the things right now, there are still some Bristol White Sox hats left over at this point. And if you buy was it last year's Pirates hat last year, you can get it. You can get the Bristol White Sox hat for $2, and so that's a deal and a half. But the treasure chest is open. and there's free hot dogs as long as they last, and drinks up here, up at the pavilion for as long as they last.
They got a new beverage they're trying out at the Home Run Alley tonight. So
Yeah, exactly. Home Run Alley is open for service in 8 minutes, by the way. And so Home Run Alley, and of course, if you're an adult, you can participate at Home Run Alley. They've revamped Home Run Alley, and Bentley Hudgens, the headmaster up there, the proprietor, as we like to say, but he's in charge of Home Run Alley, and so that will be open at 5:45 for anybody coming in. But the players are getting lined up. They're going to open up the gates and let the spectators and the fans start meeting the Pirates tonight. Get some autographs, talk to some people, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It always is a great night. It's a great way to buy season tickets also now on sale. You can also use those. You can use credit card now and do online purchase, the whole 9 yards. So there's a lot of things going on. Again, all the Pirates mascots are here, and the kids always enjoy those people. So it's going to be a lot of fun for the kids, but it's a great way to meet the Pirates before they get out on the field tomorrow night. And again, a homestand with the Greenville Astros begins on this Saturday, the 25th of Sunday, the 25th Monday and Tuesday with the Greenville Astros. Then they head to Princeton for 3 days and Bluefield for 2 before coming back here on the 4th of July and to take on the Kingsport Mets here. They will be hosting, and while I'll get a chance to talk about that, the fireworks will be held on July the 7th, the Pepsi fireworks here at Boys Cox Field, the home of the Bristol Pirates. And they'll be here the 7th of July. And really, if you're looking at things on your calendar, you're going to have 2 nights again to do fireworks. 4th of July downtown Bristol, and hopefully, if we were hoping maybe we'd get the Pirates players in festivities included, but with them playing at night at home, it probably is not likely that they'll be able to do that this year. And so, but we'll have fireworks for 2 nights. But the big thing is the Pepsi fireworks here being sponsored by Pepsi. Again, I think it's like the 8th or 9th year now that Pepsi has helped put the fireworks on here at Boys Cox Field. It's always a packed night. And then the 11th coming up, July the 8th will be Merchants Night, and that's always a huge night too. And a lot of our local merchants bought tickets to give out and to hand out. So if you know some of those people, it might behoove you to hit them up for free tickets for that night. And again, Merchant Night on July the 8th here at Boys Cox Field and the home of your Bristol Pirates. John, looking at the roster. We actually had a change at the manager's position. I knew about it about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but they actually made the official announcement, I think on Monday or Tuesday of this week. And so it was Monday. And so we do have a new manager here. Corey Dehon was scheduled to be the manager here. He is now going to be a roving coach for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and it's a step up for him, for Corey. Been here a couple of years, and so he gets a promotion there. So now Miguel Perez comes in as the manager. So he's kind of new to this, and it's his first job. He'd been down in Gulf Coast, and we'll see how it goes with him.
Yeah, it's just kind of he goes along with the players. A lot of it's new to them. Got new players coming in, new managers coming in. It's kind of that's part of the fun of this this level of baseball. You don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get the right players.
Everybody enjoy yourself.
They take off, and that's part of it. He could have and he will have a whole new roster. I don't think we're giving him autographs. We'll give him one if he wants one.
Come here, brother.
It won't be worth as much. But,
you don't know that.
But it's neat for him to start. Get a cool place to start, and we'll see what he can do with the roster.
Right. And the roster is still in process, and also coming in as a pitching coach is Joel Hanrahan, and of course I think he and and Miguel Perez had actually worked together with a couple of teams. I think he said with Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken. And so hopefully we'll get to talk to him. That's, and try to get some interviews in here shortly as they're starting to make their rounds, and kids are coming in and getting autographs and are wide-eyed, believe me. So hopefully, these kids get out and enjoy the baseball games. There's always a lot of kids here, and there's lots of things for them to do. If you want to talk a little bit about their stuff out here tonight.
Yeah, you got the bouncy houses. They're both operating and going. No, let's see, there's maybe one kid over there, but they're all lined up for autographs right now. Got the bounce houses, 4, 5 counting the real pirate mascots. Got Captain Buck out here, Dingbat, the Shoney's Bear, the Fire Dog. I can't remember his name. I apologize for him. But they're lined up. The kids, see a couple kids in the pirates hats and the foam swords are all lined up. Got again the free hot dogs up front. You come up, get your meal ticket right at the front gate. Come over here, Dylan Hutton, the voice of the Bristol Pirates. Again, if you're not,
what's your name?
Noah.
Noah, what's your last name?
Brown.
Noah Brown. How many times have you been to watch the Pirates play?
A few.
A few. So how old are you now?
10.
10. So have you been enjoying coming out here?
Yes.
Yes. A whole lot.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you, Noah. Have fun. Go get some autographs.
Okay.
Kids are fun to interview, John. That's all there is to it.
you never know what you're going to get.
That's true. Of course, our vaunted photographer here with us today, Eddie Gray with TriCityCapture.com, taking part in festivities in Pirate Fest here. And of course,
He follows us around.
he kind of does, John. Of course, Eddie is the official photographer for ESPN Tri-Cities, on top of a couple of other things too, Tennessee High and on top of that too. So John, I see Eddie all the time, and he's out here getting some shots of the festivities going on here. Again, just a great crowd. That's a neat buck hat right there. That's a buck bow. Do what? The crowd?
Oh yeah, they're lined up.
Are they?
Yeah,
Well, it makes
lined
sense.
up out the gate over waiting to get autographs from the players.
Yeah, so that's a really good thing. Well, let's look at the roster really quick while we have a chance. The Pirates have on their roster, again, as we were talking earlier, 26 players, and they have 12 pitchers listed, only 2 catchers, though, John. I know last year they had, 4, I think, and that may be one of those things where they do have some more people back. But we already know Johan De Jesus. We talked about him. He was here last year, and he's one of those guys that, like towards the end of the season, he kind of took off a little bit.
Yeah, you have those players that they'll maybe take a little while to start off, or they'll start off hot, but they'll get going, and if they're going for 3 or 4 weeks, they'll be up in West Virginia before you know it. And sometimes they finish the season down here, sometimes they don't. Then they'll move up. But you get some of those players, and we always talk about you're going to have a different roster. This roster that you have today, in about 2 weeks, is probably going to look pretty. Hopefully, it's going to look different, because that means you're doing good and some guys are going up. Let's see. I was looking at trying to figure out where some of these players, a lot of younger players so far on this roster. Again, a lot are coming in, but a lot of 19-year-olds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 19-year-old pitchers. Looks like the infielders and outfielders a little bit older, but as far as pitchers, a lot of guys right out of high school. So you don't really know what they're going to do at this level. I think trying to see if I see any other names I recognize from last year. And again, there's not really many. I know one of the catchers coming in from Vanderbilt. I'm not sure if he's here yet or not, but he's coming in from Vanderbilt. Pretty big prospect. And of course, Vanderbilt's always got a good baseball team, unfortunately for Tennessee fans, but that's my bias. That's all right. There was a catcher from Vanderbilt here. Was it last year or 2 years ago? 2 years ago. And he did pretty well. So they're just going to try to go with them, and again, you never know. You might so many Hall of Famers have come through here, and you might meet the next one tonight. You don't know.
Yeah, you're right, John. You do not know that. I mean, going back to the Tigers game, days when the Bristol Tigers were here, we got to see a lot of really good baseball players because you had all these guys. Cal Ripken came through here, Mark Friedrich, who else? Trammell, Bubba Trammell, or not Bubba Trammell. Trammell came through here, and they had some Carlos Lee with the White Sox came through. His picture up there in the press box. There's been a lot of really good players come through the Appalachian League, though, that we had a chance to see. I was trying to think the guy's name. Played third base for the Braves. Horner. Bob Horner played with Whitfield when the Braves were there.
A lot of the guys, they come through here and you don't realize until they get here, like, hey,
I saw those guys, yeah.
So that's why, in days like today, get it while you can.
Yeah, you definitely need to take advantage of this because you never know when, as John said, when you're going to see the next guy.
You might have to go to Pittsburgh to see one of these guys.
Exactly right. Next time you see him, it will be someplace else. And so, again, this is a great night, and it's a great time to see all the younger players. John said, just looking at the roster, there's really, I'm going to say the average age is 21 maybe on this roster right now. And it may be
24,
right.
So. Oldest is 24, and only a couple 23-year-olds. 21's a pretty good guess. A lot of Dominican, as usual, a lot of Dominican Republic players. There are a few, I say, local players from this part of the Georgia, Florida, Southeast, and I'm trying to remember the player last year. I can't remember his name, but he was from North Carolina, and ended up being a fan favorite, really, and he could smack it, and it's always fun to see those players kind of break out, and they'll shuffle the roster around, and they'll find them by Sunday. They'll have a good idea of who's going to do what, as long as the rain holds off, anyways.
Exactly. Well, and looking at looking to other stuff here, we've got a guy back from Paul Brands from the Netherlands, Victor Goepi from Petersburg, South Africa. So he'll be here, and again. A couple guys, of course, the coaching staff. Kelson Brown is from Canada. As a matter of fact, a couple guys from the Lee Slagle, the trainers from Montgomery, Alabama. Of course, Lee's been here for a little bit, coming in and out. But hey, but again, a pretty young roster. We looked at their roster last year, and I think it averaged right at 19 in so many months, and they had the youngest roster in the Appalachian League. You look at the Kingsport Mets, and they had the oldest. Makes sense as the reason they beat everybody's brains out starting out. They were already tested and tried in the whole 9 yards. And as John, you were talking about this earlier, but one of the things that that we see. You talked about is that the roster is going to be really moving around pretty quick, and that's exactly what we want to see because we want to see a lot of wins. Everybody wants to see people win and stuff, but you have to remember that the Appalachian League is to move people up. That's what it's all about, and so hopefully you get to see these guys move up at the end of the season. We were looking at a couple of guys last year, and I thought, man, they're still here. I can't believe this. And all of a sudden, in 2 days, they were playing for the Black Bears, and they beat the Yankees Farm Club for the championship. And they were just killing the ball. So you never know, what's going to happen. But, that's the whole thing is to get the guys moved up and keep them moving. If they're doing something right, then they need to be moved up. It's not saying they might not get moved back down at some point in time, or somebody will do a rehab stint here that may be in AA or AAA, just get like 5 or 6 innings in, and then they'll move them up. So we've seen that happen a couple of times too. But it is a learning league all the way down on every team. So hopefully. again, we get to see some guys moving up and down the roster, and hopefully up the roster. You want to see them. You want to see them going to playing for West Virginia Black Bears, and that's a big deal. So
it can be frustrating for some fans. They'll say, we're doing so well. Why'd they take the best players? Well, like you said, it's a learning league. That's what it's for. I was looking Jason DeLay, the catcher. He's the one from Vanderbilt. The guy ahead of him is Paul Brands. He just came up from the Gulf Coast League, so he'll be ahead of DeLay in the catching position. But if they'll shuffle the two in and out, see what works. Some pitchers and catchers have better chemistry. And if Brands doesn't do as well as he has been, DeLay will hop in, they'll swap. And sometimes you'll see pitchers and catchers go up together because they do have that chemistry. So it's fluid for the next 2 months. All the players are fluid. It could be any time. You never know when you get the call. So.
Well, I do want to let everybody know that our broadcast is being brought to you tonight by Christmas in July, and that will take place July the 15th from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock at the Higher Education Center up at Southwest Virginia Community College up in Abingdon, Virginia. And there's going to be more than 60 vendors there. Again, this goes from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock on July the 15th. Again, 10 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the p.m. right up at Virginia Higher Ed Center up in Abingdon. John, I'm going to let you see if you can get a hold of, see if you can get one of our guys here and see if we can talk to him a minute. Again, the season begins tomorrow night, scheduled to start tomorrow night with the Cardinals of Johnson City hosting the Bristol Pirates at Cardinal Park Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Excuse me. And then we'll be back here Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as the Bristol Pirates will be hosting the Greenville Astros here at Boys Cox Field. And then again, they'll take off and go on a 5-game road trip. They'll have an open date in between there, but they'll be on the road the 28th, 29th, and 30th at Princeton. They'll be off on Saturday and then head to Bluefield to play on Sunday and Monday, then 4th of July here on Tuesday the 5th, right back here with the Kingsport Mets, and then the 6th and the 7th then we'll be getting fireworks night. The Pepsi fireworks here at Boys Cox Field. We'll have the baseball game about 30 minutes following that, then we'll turn the lights off, get everybody a chance to clear the third base stands. Find you a piece of bank if there's one left, and there probably won't be, but they'll move everybody to the football field, and then we'll have the Pepsi fireworks here about 30 minutes following the ball game on July the 8th, July the 7th here at Boys Cox Field. Again, July the 8th will be the Pepsi fireworks scout camp overnight, and they'll actually camp on the field here that night following merchant night. So we'll have the Boy Scouts camping out here in the outfield here at Boys Cox Field. I don't know how much Tim has had a chance to get out of the field here at Boys Cox Field, but it's immaculate. Needless to say, it's a far cry from what we saw it here a couple of months ago, really about a month and a half ago, 6 weeks, as the field is being completely redone. The infield, all new baselines have been cut out. The infield's been recut, resown. Outfield is immaculate again, and so everything is ready to go. The Pirates did have a workout here this afternoon with the whole team, but we've got a lot of activities going on right here still, and they'll be working on the field up until the opening game on Sunday here against the Greenville Astros. That game will start at 6 o'clock, by the way, and it'll be one of the games we carry on ESPN Tri-Cities. Also, John and myself will be covering that game on 98.1 FM, 1490 AM, and ESPNTriCities.com. We want to have to do that, and so we're looking forward to getting back and doing some Bristol Pirate baseball as we have. I guess we started doing this when they were the White Sox affiliate, so we're looking forward to getting over and doing some doing some more baseball here in Bristol. So John has procured. That's one of the Pirates players, and while he's here, I'm gonna let John do the interview, and I'm gonna take me a little bit of a break since I've been talking for a little bit.
You can have your picture taken, and kids, the inflatables are.
All right, we're here with Jacob Taylor, starter for the home opener on Sunday night. Jacob, I got to admit, I don't know a whole lot about you. Can you just tell us a little about yourself?
I'm from Picayune, Mississippi. This will be my third season with the Pirates. I came to Pro Ball as a sophomore out of Pearl River Community College. So this will be my first season actually playing. I had surgery, so this will be my first year actually playing back on the field.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, what kind of surgery? Tommy John surgery. Okay, so pretty common for a lot of pitchers. I know it's. Have you gotten to pitch much? I mean, other than warm ups, what kind of the rehab as far as obviously your rehab, but as it gets closer to game time, what kind of stuff do you go through on that?
Well, last year I made probably 10 rehab starts, and then this year down in the GCL during extended spring training, I've made probably another 10. So altogether, probably.
So you've been in game situations,
I've been in game situations. Just being here under the lights, it'll be a little different than over there.
So is it kind of a? Have you been to this area before?
No, actually, I made a rehab start in Morgantown last year, but never Bristol.
Yeah. So is it kind of you're from Mississippi, so it's not. I always talk about the culture shock of some of these guys. So it's probably not as big of a culture shock coming here from Mississippi as it is for some of them.
It's not crazy at all.
No. Sometimes you got the guys coming from a catcher from the Netherlands. Got a lot of guys from Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than what they're used to.
Yeah.
So have you come up with any teammates that you've been kind of following with your career?
Yeah, basically everybody here I know I'm pretty close with, and I've got Ogle as my roommate. Me and him got pretty close over the past year or so. So it's gonna be fun.
That's pretty. Braden should be here. Talked to him a second ago, so I think he's coming over.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. That you can build a good team chemistry, and and that helps in the long run.
Yeah, no doubt.
So all right, well, thank you again. The starter, Jacob Taylor, starter for Sunday night's game against the Greenville Astros. So we'll look forward to. We'll be here covering the game Sunday night. So we'll look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Thank you. Back here at Bristol Pirate Field, Boys Cox Field, as a matter of fact, the home of the Bristol Pirates. And Malin just left. He was here. He's headed down the foul line. He will be back, I promise. But a great activities going on here right now. I tell you, there's and that he is as John said, he's coming off Tommy John surgery, and so it's going to be. He's got to have some. He may have some nerves on him too, John. Just coming out. I mean, I know he's been doing rehab throws and doing that kind of thing. But do you get in a game again and know what you got going? It's a little bit different.
Like he said, for his first time really under the lights and here in Bristol, a new team. I'm sure there'll be some butterflies going for him Sunday afternoon. So we'll be interested to see.
It will be. Of course, the game starting at 6 o'clock on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. And so we'll be right here with them. Matter of fact, if I'd looked at this schedule, it'd tell me that. Home games start on Monday through Saturday at 7 o'clock, all the Sunday games at 6. The gates will open at 5 o'clock this Sunday, and so we'll be right here with you. We are hopefully going to have our contact with Marsh Regional Blood Center here as well. And if we can run her down, John, it'd be great. Well, Malin said he talked to her over here on the side. One of the things that's going on right now, though, is the 2017 Save the Summer Scholarship Challenge. And what this is going to do is it's actually going to allow people to donate. It's going to allow people to donate blood through Marsh Regional Blood Center, but the following teams are involved in it. It'll be the Bristol Pirates, Greenville Astros, the Elizabethton Twins, the Kingsport Mets, and the Johnson City Cardinals. And so Marsh Regional Blood Center and the Appalachian League are honored to present an opportunity for regional students to earn additional funds for college in 2017. It's the Save the Summer Student Challenge, and it's in partner with each of the local teams here in our area. That they will have they'll have a selected person or student allow them to pick up more funding for college. Thank you, Craig. And it gives them a chance to get some extra funds into the coffers. They will have a chance to earn $500 scholarship if 50 donors give in their name, and I don't think that would be a problem doing that. I'm sure we can find 50 donors tonight. We do the blood drive here. As a matter of fact, that night, the first 4 games that John and myself do will be sponsored by Marsh Regional Blood Center here at Bristol and with the Bristol Pirates. The challenge is meant to encourage blood donation, plus they get bragging rights for as the winner of the Marsh Regional Blood Center drive. And I do know, talking to Malin, that they won this thing a couple of years ago. So hopefully we can get that won here with the Bristol Pirates. They're encouraged to remain involved for the summer. I know I went and donated yesterday. That was my 89th donation at regional at Marsh over on State Street. Hey there. Over here on State Street on Bristol. That was my 89th, and I love doing it. Proud to do it, and I just feel better for doing it. It makes me feel better, and it should you too. So if you can and you're able to, please donate to the Marsh Regional Blood Center. All the blood that is donated here, it stays here. It's not shipped out unless it's an emergency. They will, but all the blood donors here in the Tri-City area, that blood stays here in the Tri-City area, and it goes to a lot of cancer patients as well as our hospitals here in the Tri-Cities. So they collect over 100 units per day is what's needed to meet the needs of the 17 area hospitals and also the 4 cancer centers that are serviced by Marsh Regional Blood Center. And again, it's a big deal. They're a sponsor of they're helping sponsor with the Bristol Pirates and the Kingsport Mets as well. But this challenge, it's a scholarship challenge, and it's huge. It's a great way to help somebody end up with some extra scholarship money. And I'm not going to beg you. I'm going to ask you to please donate. And if I can get stuck 89 times, you can do it once. It's not that bad. It doesn't take that long. As long as you're healthy and weigh 120 pounds, which I had no problem doing that either, you're good to go. So it is a big deal. It's much needed. And again, the blood you donate here with Marsh Regional Blood Center stays here. It's give here, help here is their slogan, and they mean every bit of it. Again, they are working with 17 hospitals and 4 cancer centers here in the area here of the Tri-Cities. want to get moving. Again, here at Bristol Boys Coxfield, the home of the Bristol Pirates, and it's a great night here. It is Pirate Fest. So a lot of the Buccaneers out here, little swashbucklers, male and female, both with their pirate hats on and Bristol Pirate baseball hats on as well, coming around and working with their, walking around with their parents and grandparents, and we've seen anybody from about 2 years of age up to older adult, and a little bit older than me even. But they've been coming out here for years. Bristol Pirate baseball is being well supported for as long as they've been here. And since I have said that, please support the Bristol Pirates. You know, they're going through times just like everybody else is, and they need help. Matter of fact, they still need help with some host families. If you have, I think Malin told me that they needed maybe for 4 or 5 more guys that they could use some help with. So hopefully, you know, we can find housing for those guys. In all honesty, not many of the players are able to bring their cars here, and so they will be doing looking for housing. And I know that John has tried to round Malin up because he could address this a whole lot more than what I could. But again, the Pirates start out the season tomorrow. Friday and Saturday in Johnson City is scheduled to play the Johnson City Cardinals. Again, the Cardinals also the defending Appalachian League champions from last year. And then they'll be hosting the Greenville Astros here at Boys Cox Field on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. John and myself will be here Sunday and Monday, 6 o'clock start time for first pitch. And then on Monday, it will be at 7 o'clock. And then the Pirates will hit the road the 28th, 29th, and 30th, Saturday an off date, and then come back Sunday, July the 2nd and 3rd at Bluefield, then the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's a great homestand with the Kingsport Mets and the Pulaski Yankees here at the field. We will let everybody know right now that they are off the 11th of July. That is the Major League Baseball All-Star Night. So all of the minor league teams and the affiliates have that night off, so you can watch the All-Star game, and hopefully they will get to at one day participate in that All-Star game. I know we talked earlier about some of the people that come through the Appalachian Leagues, and they've done a great job, you know, going through, and just again, some of the people that we've seen. John's grandfather worked with the Bristol team when it was the Detroit Tigers and the Pirates both, and the White Sox, and so he's been able to been involved as watching them since he was younger. Also, of course, I think I started watching the Tigers play here at Bristol many years ago, and when they first got to town. So again, it's a great way to see a lot of talented guys. We saw you know, a lot of guys' sons come through the Appalachian League as well. Hopefully, like I said, you come here and you watch the Pirates play this year. It's hard to tell who. You know, you look up and all of a sudden 2 years later, you've got somebody else on one of the major league teams that you know that you've seen play. And while they might have started with Johnson City, Kingsport, or someplace, they sometimes get traded, and you realize, you know, hey, I saw those guys, saw them here, you know, in the Appalachian League, or saw them with the Bristol Pirates. So again, it is Pirate Fest here, and this goes on until 8:30 tonight. Just a lot of activities. They've got inflatables out in the outfield for all the kids. I think it's I don't think they let any adults in there. I think the only adult activity that's open is Home Run Alley, and it is open as well. And so if you're over 21, you can go visit Home Run Alley. But
Make your own bounce house.
yeah, make your own. No, we don't want to say that. Again, also tonight, this broadcast, Tim Flanagan with us, not doing this broadcast, the video guy. But the broadcast is being brought to you by the Christmas in July at the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Building up in Abingdon. And that takes place on July the 15th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And there's over 60 vendors will be set up there at the Higher Ed Center. If you've not had a chance to get up there, it's a great facility, and a whole lot of there's going to be food vendors, craft vendors. It's going to be a whole mess of people up there, believe me. But it goes from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I don't know what the cost was for that. Don't have any idea. It is free. That's a word I like, man. Free. You can't beat free 99. It is free 99 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That'd bring the people in. So there's one thing, you have to buy something. Doesn't matter what it is, but you must make a purchase at the Christmas in July at the Higher Ed Center. Again, July the 15th from 10 o'clock until 4 p.m. at the Higher Ed. I don't know where Malin's run off again.
Yeah, Malin, he gets stopped by everybody in a yellow shirt because they all.
I know.
The general manager of the Pirates, on the way down here, he does a lot of stuff in the Pirates.
He does. So we're going to have to round him up again. I don't think so. See if we can get Dylan over a minute. We're gonna get Dylan Hutton to come over and Dylan will be doing all the Bristol Pirates home games on air on PBRN. Bristol Pirate Radio Network is streaming. I like that PBRN thing. That's pretty cool. And it's BPRN. My bad. But Bristol Pirate Radio Network, Dylan Hutton will be doing the games on the network, on the stream. And I think he's also said he's going to be doing the Western Division right here.
Uh-oh.
So we get Dylan with us, and he's the head honcho for Bristol Pirate Radio Network. And Dylan, you, in all honesty, we were kidding over here a minute ago before Pirate Fest started, but man, you're biting off some stuff this year.
Yeah, we do quite a bit with the radio. You know, we do all the home games, and we do all the Western Division road games. That's a lot. I think I did some calculating. That's about 52 broadcasts, and I think that's the most we've ever done. So this is going to be a record this year as far as doing it, but I think it'll be fun.
And so for Dylan, he will have a sleeping bag on the bus, hopefully, or pillow or something. And there is some travel involved in this.
Yeah, I mean, you leave every day for those Western Division road games. You're going from Bristol to Elizabeth and to Johnson City, and you're coming back that night. So it's not like we're going in a hotel and staying the night. You know, I'm coming back to Bristol, and I'm not getting back till like 2 o'clock or sometimes 2 o'clock from Greenville, back in my bed in Emory, Virginia. So just right when I wake back up, I'm ready to get back on the bus, you know. So it's hectic, but it's fun, you know. I've made sure I got my sleep schedule pretty good right now, but starting tomorrow, it's going to start getting messed up again, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, listen, again, John and I are going to be doing some games on ESPN Tri-Cities, and it's 98.1 FM and 1490 AM. You can go to ESPNTriCities.com, hit the Bristol mic. It'll bring up the player you can listen to. You can listen on the TuneIn Radio app. So if we're doing a game and you're here in the stands, I know y'all do the same thing, you can just put your earbuds in and listen to the broadcast, and it's a lot of fun. But it gives you a chance to keep up with all the games. And you know, John and I don't do dear. Listen, we're doing not even a third of what Dylan's getting ready to do because he's young and doesn't know any better yet. But you know, he's got a lot. He's got a lot on his plate. You know, and in all honesty, it's not just getting up there broadcasting. We have to pick up stats. We have to do a lot of stuff. I mean, you've got, in all honesty, you probably got an additional 2 hours before you ever go on air.
Yeah, that, and we're doing a bigger pregame show this year where we're doing like a clubhouse report where it includes an interview with a coach or a player. So I don't know why I thought of that, but, you know, you always want to make it better than the last year. So this year I think is going to be our best year for the broadcast, and I'm excited about it. And, of course, Rob Christian's coming back, my buddy from Ole Miss. we have a lot of fun together on the broadcast. So he'll be up for about a month, so that'll give me a little bit of a break. It's hard by yourself to talk for 3 hours, but I can do it. So, and I know you can, David. So we have fun doing it. I mean, that's part of it, and the games are fun. You never know what you're going to see in the Appy League. I mean, we see some wild stuff. And I mean, it's really fun to interact with the fans. We do a lot of, I know this year we're doing a Wendy's shout out inning where I think it's the 4th inning. You can tweet us and we'll shout out and we'll pick one, and we'll talk to you for a second on the thing. But so it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, pretty packed slate as far as for the broadcast, but fun stuff. And like I said, it's a unique experience doing Appy League.
Yeah. I know when we've done, we do our games. We've actually done it during the other season. We're doing Tennessee High games because we know we have people listening online or whatever, or on TuneIn, and you're sitting there and you're going, you get a text message from your general manager, Dave, you have somebody listening in Korea right now? And I'm going, really? He said, yeah, well, I'll screenshot it to you. That is a lot of fun because, for one, you get an international audience. You know for a fact that they're listening to you that way.
Yeah, well, of course, with our broadcast, we probably don't get the fans around here that you guys get. We get a lot of the players' families. I know last year we had a family tell us that we were the most popular radio show going on at Iowa or something. So it was fun. You don't know. We can't tell how many people are listening to us. I'm sure we could find that information, but haven't really looked for it. But it's fun to cater to those families. They like what they listen to pretty good, so it's fun stuff.
Yeah, it really is a lot of fun. In all honesty, the best times that John and I have are when we're in the booth beside Dylan and whoever is with him, because we do, we have more fun in between innings, I think, than our stuff off the air is classic. We do have fun.
It's dangerous in the booth too. After last year, we had 3 baseballs go right through the roof up there, and it's a dangerous place, especially on that side that David Dowell and them are on. So I hope to stay on that side. I hope all the foul balls go over. But it is dangerous up there, but we have a lot of fun, and it's just a lot of fun broadcasting baseball. I think it's a lot different. You're telling a story. You're not a statistic. You can be statistical. I know John likes stats, but me and you, we're more of the storytellers, and we're not afraid to tell a joke every now and then either. So, and everybody always, we have a hot dog. Well, you hear that, the hot dog? But every about 8th inning, we'll eat a hot dog. Me and Rob will on the broadcast, and so these families come in, these host families, and buy us hot dogs. So I need to cut down a little bit, but it's, you got to do what you got to do. They expect us to eat them, so when they come in, I make sure they'll say, well, we'll buy you a hot dog, you guys. So, it's, So you ought to start doing a trend like that, so when people come to the game, they'll buy you a hot dog. It works that way.
I got M&Ms the other day for Father's Day for my granddaughter, and I said, oh, look, Weight Watchers. But we do have a lot of fun. Dylan is very, very correct about the baseballs flying through our windows. John, our windows in particular, as John and I just happened to catch it the last time to split, and the ball stuck in the wall right below Carlos Lee's pitcher. As a matter of fact, that baseball is on my desk at home.
A few weeks after that, there was the ball that hit the Johnson City broadcaster, hit his laptop and broke the back of it. So it was within a 3-week span that 2 of those balls went through there. And my first year, there wasn't a ball come anywhere near there. So it's just, I guess we must be living wrong or something. We'll have to figure something out. But maybe this year we won't be as threatened.
Now, we're living right because we ain't been hit yet. That's what it is. We've seen them hit the ledges a couple times and stuff, but the fans are protected. They never really have any problems. There's a chance that happening, but
in fact, there's not a whole lot in stone on this roster, but I think there's some names you're going to recognize if you're a Pirate fan and you've looked through the draft. You'll come to know a Braden Ogle, a high school pitcher. The catcher this year, your favorite place on earth, Vanderbilt University, Jason DeLay. He's a very defensive-minded catcher coming up, and he'll probably be in the majors one day. So he's probably smart to go to Vandy. So there's a lot of and good pitching on this team. So the hitting, I think will be there too. But it's going to be a fun team to watch. I think there's a lot of pitching talent. I don't think we've had that in my 2 years here. You had to score a lot to win. So I think this year, if you can keep the score low, keep it 2 or 3 run games, I think we'll stay in a few games and then, get a few hits, timely hits here and there, and we could be right in it. I mean, we're trying to finish higher than third because we haven't done that in 10 years.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
This is a team that really needs a good, swift finish this year, and, we can get it, I think.
Well, John and I were looking at the roster. I'd say the average age of what we have right here on paper right now is about 21 probably.
Yeah,
we got, one 24-year-old, but, yeah. I mean, everybody, there's like 5 or 6 19-year-olds on there. But we do have DeJesus back, and he actually played some pretty decent baseball here last year. Didn't play bad at all.
Yeah, we've got some good players. I mean, Juwan Herrera's not a bad. He caught last year, but this year he's listed as an infielder, so I don't know where he's going to be. And that's the fun thing about the Appy League, because a lot of them are finding out where they're going to play. So it's going to be interesting. Of course, we're waiting on some signees, because I don't know when the deadline is for the college guys to come out and officially sign, but they'll be probably placed here in Bristol if they've got a few years college experience. So it'll be interesting because, like you said, it's going to change a lot before Sunday for the home opener. But make sure you come out if you're from around Bristol for the home opener. It'll be a lot of fun.
Well, one of the things, John and I were talking about this earlier, if in all honesty, if those guys are leaving here, that's a good thing. And 90% of the times that means they're moving up. They're being promoted, and we talked about that. Everybody wants to see these guys win, but in truth, it's a learning league, and that's part of it. But people still support the Pirates, though.
Yeah, it'd be good. It's good for us if they win. It's good for the radio. It's good for the for the fans. But in the end, it is about developing each player individually. And I think that's a lot of the stuff that people don't realize with this league is you're trying to mold each player into what the Pirates expect them to be and what they're supposed to be. Following a track to get to where they think they're going to be. So right here, you're just getting a lot of players that haven't even played under the lights before. So they're leaving Pirate City, which is in Bradenton, flying up here to this hilly location up here in the mountains, and it's a totally different, from these guys from the Dominican Republic. They've never been anywhere but Florida, so it's a unique experience, and it starts getting them used to being around this area because you go up the steps, you're going to be in mountainous areas. You're going to be in West Virginia for the Power, the Black Bears, so I think this is a perfect location for them to get used to like that small town, because it's big on them to be playing under the lights for the first time. And I'm sure if you talk to the manager, Miguel Perez, he'd tell you the same thing. But the first few games, you got to cut them a break, because everybody's trying to get used to it. But eventually you want to see them really mold together as a team. And when they do that, you can see some championship caliber teams come out there. And it's hard when they're changing personnel, like moving a lot, to get that kind of gel. But I think this year with the youth that's on this team, I don't think they're going to be moving up a lot, moving up and down. So that'll be nice if we can get some stability in the pitching staff and also on the infield. And that's
well, one of the other things, too, John and I were talking about this as well. You looked at the Mets' average age last year, and they were like 24, I think, or 5. I mean, that's like men. You're playing against boys. So. But again, the first game is tomorrow night. Dylan will be down there at Johnson City at Cardinal Park with supposedly. It's a rumor he will be there. Hopefully we get these 3 games in. And they ain't nothing like starting off a season with double headers all year. So you don't want to do that. But, getting there tomorrow, and then the homestand starts Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday here with the Greenville Astros. And then back on the road for a couple of games, and again, everybody come out and support these guys. And we just got a lot of things that we want to get out. Everybody needs to get out here, support the Bristol Pirates, and that's all there is to it. Again, broadcast tonight brought to you by the Christmas in July at the Higher Ed Center up at Virginia Highlands. That's July the 15th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. It is free. From free again at the Higher Ed, 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Go buy something, though, I'm telling you. So who do you want me to talk to? Malin? Malin's coming with us.
Tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, tune in to Dylan tomorrow. He'll be right with us. We'll go to Malin. Let me get Malin and okay, John, you come here and talk a while. Here you go.
All right, we'll start off Braden Ogle, right? See, so Braden, we talked to your roommate Jacob.
I'm not
Oh, you're not Braden. I'm sorry. What? I see your number. Okay, I looked at the wrong number. I'm sorry. You're not on the roster. That's all. So what's your name?
Jason DeLay.
Jason DeLay. You're the catcher from Vanderbilt. That's why. Okay, that's why I got you. Again, apologize. I'm trying. This is the first time we've seen y'all. So Jason DeLay. So this is, I guess, you just wrapped up with Vanderbilt this past year, right?
That's right.
Okay. And so, what's it been like? You've had a pretty big journey the past few days. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a crazy week for me. So obviously got drafted last week. Then the next couple of days, I just kind of heard from the area scout that drafted me that I was heading to PNC Park. So they flew me out to Pittsburgh. Got to go to a game, which was really cool. Next day, it was a long day. Woke up early, had physicals, blood work, that sort of thing. Got a tour of PNC Park, which was really nice. Got to see the locker room, all that. And then signed, and here I am. Woke up early this morning and drove here, and just happy to be here.
You've had a whirlwind of a week, I know. So I guess will you be starting Sunday night? Or do you know yet?
I have no idea. I literally just got
here. No, you're fine. Like I said, I know it's. Have you had? Obviously, playing in the SEC is pretty big time college baseball. Any idea the environment? Obviously it's a little bit smaller here, smaller town and stuff. But have you had any chance to be in a smaller market like this for a game or anything?
Really, I don't have too much experience with it other than just talking to other guys who play professional baseball. So I've been talking to a lot of them, just kind of trying to understand what it's really about here. And, I don't know, I feel like they've done a pretty good job to prepare me. So.
Well, you've been in Tennessee for a while, so you're at least, the people aren't too much different than from here than, from Nashville. So, but you're from Sugarland, Texas, is that right?
I was born in Plano, Texas, but I lived in Atlanta pretty much my whole life.
So you're the southeastern region. You're pretty well covered with it. Well, awesome. If you don't start Sunday, we'll definitely be here rooting for you. And even though I'm a Tennessee grad, so I gotta. We're not very good at baseball right now, but it's all right. But thanks for coming out, and good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, now we're here with Malin Russell, GM of the Bristol Pirates. Been a pretty busy afternoon for you.
Oh, absolutely. It got started just about before sunup this morning, getting everything set up and just doing the normal things throughout the day as well. And just a lot of activity, a lot of work goes in this program, and it's a lot of fun though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Bristol Pirates organization, a volunteer organization, they do a lot of work for the community. Just last year, this beautiful infield we got behind us had that put in, and it's held up pretty well over the spring. Of course, Virginia High baseball, they use this field too, and they've got the field looking good. Again, all volunteer, and they've got their grounds crew, and they do a pretty good job out here.
Oh, absolutely. These kids that come out here every day, and they work very hard. We actually lost a couple of members last year, going to college, and they got full-time jobs, what they should be doing. And so we sent some kids down to Bradenton, Florida, at the Pirates training facility, and they helped kind of get them orchestrate a little bit of the do's and don'ts, and showed them a few things. And we had a returning groundskeeper. Chase has been with us a few years, and so a real good team.
Yeah, and kind of like, we talk about the Pirates, the players, they move up. Sounds like Malin's sending some grounds crew guys along the way too.
Yeah, we kind of train them here as kids and bring them up through the ranks, and then then they get ready to go to college or go get a real job, then they leave us, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's you want to see them go up, and they'll always come back, and they everybody around here knows Malin. They know the hard work he does. I was talking to a few minutes ago. They still need a couple host players for some families to bring in, and Malin tell you a little bit about that.
Yeah, we still could use a couple more host families. We got more players coming in again tomorrow. Typically, we'll get up to about a 34-person roster, and we've had some families for whatever reasons we're not able to do it this year. But we really appreciate everything they've done over the years past, and hopefully they'll come back again. But it's not a lot. Some of the families will engage the players in their family activities with them, with their other rest of their family, which is great. And then we basically just need a place for the kids to sleep, to come home to at night. And that structured environment, it means a whole lot towards the development of a baseball player.
Yeah, and a lot of times, they've posted pictures on the Bristol Pirates Facebook page and Twitter. It's as much fun for the families and players alike. The players will they'll a lot of foreign players they'll cook their home country's food for their host family. A little bit, especially if you've got young kids into baseball, it's great to get them into the kind of see what a major league lifestyle is. Like Malin said, they need a place to sleep, and they can get to the ballpark, and that's what they're going to be doing most of the summer. But in their off time, it's a great interaction with the family, and they get a lot that they don't normally get.
Yeah, one thing you mentioned about having a young kid and the family and players playing with them and stuff. A few years ago, there's a lot next to where I live. It was a vacant lot. And one Saturday morning out there was, 5 or 6 of the players and all the kids in the community. They was out there playing the old cup ball, which a lot of people don't remember what that is, but it's literally taking a stick and taking old plastic or a cardboard cup, wadding it up, and just hitting it and throwing it. So, but it was really fun to watch those kids.
10 more minutes.
Like you said, it's a great a great thing to do if you've got it. Don't feel obligated, obviously, but if you've got the means, an extra room, an extra bed, and a chance, an opportunity to host a player, then you're more than welcome. Give Malin a call. How they contact you here?
Just give me a call on my cell, 276-206-9946. Or you can email hostfamilies@bristolbaseball.com.
So there you go. Again, any chance, it's an awesome experience. When my kids get a little bit older, we'd love to do it. Again, don't feel obligated. If you got an extra bed or something, knock yourself out. Get a host player, and you might have the next Hall of Famer there waiting for you.
That's one thing about it. You never know where this kid's going to go to. Right now, I think currently there's about 18 players that played here in Bristol that's still playing in the major leagues. Not all of them with the White Sox, not all of them with Pittsburgh, but they're playing all over the country. So it's really a rewarding experience, especially getting to know these kids' families as well.
Yeah, and a lot of the times, we talk about the players that they'll keep up with the family because this is their first home away from home for a lot of them, and they'll keep up with them throughout the years. And I know one family that's hosting some of the coaches right now. She keeps up with all the family or all the players she's had, and she'll have a lot of them in kind of like a little reunions. So it's a great thing for the now and the future too. It's an awesome thing. Well, I guess I'm going to let you get back to work.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you again, Malin Luttrell with General Manager of the Bristol Pirates organization. He's going to go do some work and wrap up a fun day. Thank you. So again, Malin Luttrell and Jason DeLay, the catcher from Vanderbilt, come in. So we got.
Well, I tell you what, John, I think it's time for us to wrap this baby up. But it has been Pirate Fest here at Boys Cox Field. Big thanks to everybody that stopped by, and a big thanks, to Tim Flanagan here, and I guess even a bigger thanks to the people that's putting on the Christmas in July. That's July the 15th from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock at Virginia Highlands Higher Education Center up in Abingdon. It's right off the interstate. You can't miss it. And again, more than 60 vendors up there that day. But again, thanks to Dylan Hutton and Jacob Taylor for stopping by. Who else? Jason DeLay from Vanderbilt, and then of course general manager of the Bristol Pirates, Malin Luttrell. John, I do want everybody to come out and support the Bristol Pirates. It is imperative that y'all come out and support them. They need fans in the stands, and all honest, if we want to keep baseball in Bristol, it needs to be supported, and they need your help. I just put it that way. It is it's a big deal now, especially, and we want to keep the Pirates in Bristol, and so come out and support the Bristol Pirates. And again, thanks to Jason DeLay and Jacob Taylor and Dylan Hutton. Again, Dylan will be on air tomorrow night on the Bristol Pirates Radio Network. It's a stream. You can pull it up and listen to Dylan. He'll be there in Johnson City tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. John and myself will be back here at Pirates with the Pirates on Sunday and Monday as the Pirates host the Greenville Astros right here. We'll be on ESPN Tri-Cities 98.1 FM and 1490 AM at ESPNTriCities.com, and also the TuneIn Radio app. Again, big thanks to everybody for coming out and supporting tonight. We've had a great crowd here tonight. They're still getting autographs from players and talking and chit-chatting, and all the mascots are here tonight, and have plenty of things for the kids to do. So again, thanks to everybody for coming out supporting Bristol Pirate Baseball and the Pirate Fest. And again, thanks to Tim Flanagan and the people at the Christmas in July. Again, that's July the 15th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Virginia Highlands Higher Ed Center up in Abilene. Everybody have a great night, and go out and support the Pirates. Good night, everybody.